things are difficult, you know, in your world, particularly if you're a celebrity. You have to really pull in every opportunity that you can to make sure that you get the full marketing PR, you know. You have to make sure that people listen, take notice, sit up and look at the things that you're plugging. This as ever has been a problem for one of our former senior royals of the British monarchy, Meghan Markle, an expert really, some might say, in self-marketing, publicity and of course personal PR. But this time around she seemingly has offended not just one, but many. As ever, how? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have your company today. Thank you, by the way, for the nice comments about the closure of the stores, 67 in total so far, of the retail giant Marks and Spencer's. I don't know why people have those silencers taken off their motorcycles to you. It's not impressive, is it? We see you filming, you know, and they deliberately rev it up. I know, yes. But seriously, no, thank you for your comments about the retail giant. It is all down to, you know, cost cutting, saving jobs, you know, not spending any money and making sure that you bag it, scan it, and then you have to produce your receipts at the end of it. How humiliating. Where did service go? I know what you're thinking. Back as ever though to your breaking royal story of the day. This story, again, you know, you just kind of look at it and think, really, the removal from reality becomes even more worrying on a day-to-day basis. If you recall back when Meghan Markle was first introduced, welcomed warmly within the British monarchy, she was allowed such access that no one had ever received before, including Catherine and of course the beautiful Princess Diana. You know, everybody had a different story. Seemingly though, for her, doors were wide open, and we saw how those doors were treated, as we've read in books by Tom Bower and of course Valentine Lowe. Staff terrified, people having anxiety attacks, and of course nobody wishing to get on the wrong side of the former Duchess, as it were. Interesting to note that, isn't it? Now what's interesting also here though is that she's given a recent interview trying to shore up interest into that podcast that she has, which a lot of people really are not taking seriously because it seemingly is a project, a platform to remind a lot of people about her trials and tribulations. Naturally, interesting to note on that. But what I find fascinating about this is the particular segment was all about our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Everybody knows who watches this channel how much I admired and respected that wonderful lady. She did so much for this country, for the world, for the Commonwealth, you know, really exemplary in what she did throughout her reign. It's interesting, isn't it, to note that Meghan now says that there was a warmth, you know, and you know, they got on incredibly well, that sort of thing, you know. Now, you know, what I find strange about this is she goes on to talk about just exactly what she achieved during that reign, how she was a leader, you know, trailblazer, all of that sort of stuff. But as someone recently pointed out to me, a senior member in fact, inside the monarchy circle, well, she can't have liked Queen Elizabeth that much because she didn't really decide to include her in that, remember, guest edited edition of Vogue, which was all about inspiring women over the last so many years. Was there truly anybody more inspiring than our late monarch? But seemingly, you know, she preferred the likes of Jane Fonda and little known actresses and activists. At the time, people were kind of baffled that she didn't invite Her Majesty the Queen to be part, even if it just featured in a picture and a small piece of writing. Now, of course, some might say when the story becomes incredibly useful and, you know, sadly that person's not there to even give any comment back. But as Her Majesty the Queen said, and we all loved her for this, of course, recollections may vary. And once again, it seems that the recollections of Meghan may vary indeed, because while she may have felt a lot of warmth towards our late monarch, and I'm sure she did at certain points, according to many sources, the late Queen was exasperated by Harry and Meghan. And of course the trouble, the drama and the anxiety, and more importantly, the upset that they both caused many members of our senior and wonderful monarchy over here. As ever, I'll let you decide what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.